Good evening, guys, and welcome back to another Let's Build video. This time we are doing something new again. We are doing a new series. We are continuing sort of the Let's Build Newcrest series, but at the same time we are starting a new series, kind of, if you catch my drift. Basically, we're doing a apartment slash condo complex, and it's very modern, it's very new age, it has some spa anemones and stuff, so it's very luxurious. So that's what I've called the Newcrest luxury condos, even though they could be apartments, they could be condos. Some of them are more like little studios, but I digress. It's a really, really big building, and it's actually the maximum 4 stories high, which I've actually don't think I've ever built to before, so I was a bit proud of myself for actually building that high. And I actually really like how it turns out. We have a big pool on the roof, and then we have a smaller like pool out back, and we have 2 hot tubs on the lot, I think. And we have like 2 barbecue areas. We have a sauna. We have a yoga area. I think the only thing I didn't put in here was like a gym, which, come to think of it, I could probably put a basement in and put a gym. But I don't know if I really want to do that or not, because I will be building another gym in the Newcrest series anyway. But I guess if you guys want me to put a gym in here, just let me know. And here's hoping that we are going to have a nice apartments pack someday, because I really, really, really want one. So this is kind of just in hopes that we're going to have one. Of course, you could use this for a big group of like 8 Sims, and of course, you could just make them have their own little places. Like, I've done stuff like that before, mostly in Sims 3, though. I don't think I've done that in Sims 4. But in Sims 3, I kind of did that all the time. I didn't make my own apartments, but I would make kind of like separate like housing on like one big lot kind of thing. And I don't know, it kind of works out nicely because that way you can almost play just like different families all the time. So this is kind of the thing I was going for. And I'm sorry if you can hear a lot of shaking balls and noise in the background. We got a new kitten, if you don't follow me on Twitter. Yeah, we got a new kitten, and he is very, very hyper. He's very, very freaking cute and fluffy, though, and we totally love him, and he's actually getting along okay with the other cats, which I was a bit surprised about, but we haven't had to, like, contain him in one room or anything, but he keeps getting his arms stuck in this toy he's trying to play with, so it's kind of comical. Yeah, you can definitely see pictures of him on Twitter if you're wondering, and I'm sure I'll introduce him in a video here at some point. But anyway, back to the build. So I also decided to bring up the build a little bit, and then out front we have kind of like a nice little overhang, and then we have some nice windows, and we have kind of different colors, different patterns. We have some rock, some wood, some whites, some dark grays, and it all kind of goes together really nicely, I would think. So anyway, sorry if I sound a bit off as well. I think I'm getting sick slash slightly am sick, but it's just kind of like a throat thing. Like, I keep having really intense headaches with it too, so I think that's all it is. But anyway, I also do some balconies around the side and the back here eventually, but that comes a little bit later. But I wanted to do something neat with these windows on the front, so I kind of made it look like there was like a little windowsill on bottom and then like an overhang thing on top. And I was just kind of experimenting with different shapes, different colors, and different color windows actually too. As you see, I put all those blue windows up top. And I just wanted to do something different than I usually do, because I do modern houses all the time, and I love doing modern houses, and I still very much wanted to do modern houses, as you can tell, since this is completely modern. But I just wanted to experiment at least a little bit since it's kind of been a while since I've really experimented with anything, and I still want to experiment with roofs at some point. But with this one, I more wanted to experiment with like shapes and just mix and matching stuff. And I also just really wanted to use some of the patio furniture, and then I wanted to use some of the new spa day stuff. So of course, if you don't have either of those packs, I'm very sorry, but this building caters to both. Of course, you could definitely change them up. You could definitely change the patio areas to be just regular patio furniture very easily. And then, of course, you wouldn't have, or were the hot tubs for those in the patio thing, or were they just an update? I don't remember anymore. They have too many packs and updates coming out lately. I can't keep track of it all. Not that I'm complaining, because I really like it. But I also ended up moving this wall in because I thought it was a bit too wide. And you'll kind of realize, like, when I go through the different levels, how humongous this place, like, really is. Like, it's huge. I didn't realize even how big I was building this until I was almost done. And I was like, this is going to be really hard to decorate. This is going to take a long time. And oh boy, it's taken a while so far. Let me tell you. It's so far taken somewhere between 6 and 8 hours so far, and that's only doing the exterior, the landscaping, furnishing the public areas, and furnishing 2 of the apartments. So that's all I've done so far when I'm filming the audio for this. I'm sure I'll be done more by the time this comes up, but as of now, that's all I've done, and I'm at like 8-ish hours. And that's kind of on and off, because while I was doing all of this, I think at one point I was eating nachos, and then at another point I was playing with the kitten and stuff. So there's some stuff, of course, that got cut out, but anywho, I need to stop rambling. So I think I'm about to work on some landscaping here, which I kept very sparse for me, I guess. Like, there's kind of just one cluster of like rocks and foliage, and then that's like it. Pretty much, like, I don't know, I just didn't really want to overcrowd the lot. Like, I could have put a lot more along the sides and out back, but I was just like, nah, that's too much work. And I just didn't know what I wanted to do for it. I didn't know what style I wanted to do. So really, I just ended up doing one big cluster out front and then a cluster out back. And I see that I have not gone to the landscaping yet. The landscaping comes later. Can you tell I'm like just like watching this now? Like, I haven't actually completely watched through the order in which I did everything, because I actually, when I was filming this, I went back and forth to all of what I was doing. Like, I really did. I started out, of course, just doing the exterior, and at a certain point, I was like, you know what, I want to do the interior now. So then I went out and did the interior, and then I did the landscaping, and then I did the backyard, and then I did the patio, and then I did the terrace, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go back now, and I'm going to edit in my little terrace patios for the actual people who live in here. And now, okay, now I'm going to go put in the stairs. Like, it was all very, very randomized. So I've definitely had to kind of go back and forth, like editing in and out stuff so far, but it's been very fun so far. I actually really, really enjoy this build. It's just something a bit different. I just really, really wish that we had an apartment pack. Like, if anyone knows anyone who works for EA, can you please just like email them and just be like, come on, we really want an apartments pack. Like, I miss like all the apartments from Sims 3. I just thought those were kind of fun. I forget if you could actually really make your own apartments, but I know you could kind of edit the lot you were on. I just don't remember how the apartments thing actually worked. But it would be nice if we could set it so, of course, like a certain space, like kind of just box it off, like, this is one apartment, this is another apartment, and the rest, is just public area, so anyone can come and go kind of thing. That is really what I would like. And I think some of the buildings actually in Sims 3 were like that. Like, some of them had like a bit of a public area on the main level, or even just like a little seating area, and then you could go upstairs to whatever apartment you wanted to go to. So that's what I would kind of like to do. Like, we don't need a million levels for the apartments, but having just an apartment pack that we could do something fun with, that we can make our own apartments, that would be very nice, and we would really appreciate it, EA. We really, really would. You know, we're giving you all of our money so far for all these different packs. Just take more. Just take more money and give us apartments. Like, we would appreciate it. Um, Anyway, enough with my rambling here. So, I added this little back area here, kind of like on the front where it's just like a little it's not a overhang. It's like a little overhang, and then it stretches all the way around to the front. And this level is actually the dark one, and then the rest I think are like a little white overhang. But I put a little patio out back, so it was like, be some shade for the Sims people hanging out back there. And then of course it doesn't overshadow the pool or the hot tub, so you can still hang out there and still have your sun coming down upon you. So whenever we have a seasons pack, this will make more sense. But anywho, I didn't make the little terraces very big. They're more for decoration than for Sims to really go out on, frankly, because they have this like really big cool patio on the top level, and then they have one out back too. So I was kind of like, do they really need both? Do they really? I don't think they're really gonna complain. They're, inanimate people, creature, game things. So I really don't think they're going to complain too much about the little space. And if you guys complain about it, you know what? Just download it and fix it. Do what you would like. I'd always like to see people using my builds. I always thought that would be kind of fun. If any of you do, feel free to send me screenshots on Twitter. That is the best place to do that, because I'm not on Tumblr very much, and I don't have a Facebook page specifically for YouTube. But I think I'm gonna let you guys go to some music now. We're gonna wrap this up shortly, so enjoy the rest of the video, guys. I hope you're having a great week, great weekend, whatever time of day this is, whatever time of week you're watching this video. I'm just getting super rambly, so I'm gonna have to go. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day, guys. See you next time.